Among the hundreds of manuscripts discovered near the Dead Sea, one scroll stunned scholars from the very first moment. It was not written on parchment. It was not papyrus. It was made of pure copper. In 1952, inside Cave 3 at Qumran, archaeologists uncovered a corroded metal scroll, tightly rolled like a sheet of ancient bronze that had slept in darkness for nearly 2,000 years. Unlike the other Dead Sea Scrolls containing hymns, prophecies, or sacred laws, this scroll told a completely different story. It did not speak of theology in the usual way. It listed locations. It described hidden places. It read like an ancient treasure map engraved into metal to survive the ages. The copper scroll records 64 locations said to contain enormous quantities of gold and silver, possibly amounting to hundreds of tons. The Hebrew text, carefully etched into the metal, describes hiding places such as in the large cistern in the courtyard of the temple, beneath the third step, in the cave at the eastern entrance, and within the burial chamber near the valley. The instructions are strangely specific, yet frustratingly vague, detailed enough to ignite the imagination, yet lacking clear markers that would allow anyone to follow them with certainty. For decades, one central question has remained. Was this a genuine inventory of temple treasure, hidden before the Roman destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD? Or was it a legend born out of crisis and fear? If the treasure was real, why has it never been found? And if it was not real, why inscribe it on copper instead of parchment like the other scrolls? The material itself deepens the mystery. Well, copper is durable, yet over centuries it corrodes and becomes brittle. When the scroll was discovered, it was too fragile to be unrolled without destroying it. Scholars faced an unprecedented challenge. How could they read the contents without losing the artifact entirely? The solution was daring and controversial. The scroll had to be cut into thin strips. Carefully, slice by slice, the oxidized copper was separated so that the text could be revealed and preserved. Each fragment exposed lines of ancient writing that had not seen light for 2 millennia. Today, with the help of modern imaging and AI-powered 3D reconstruction, we can reimagine that tense moment in the laboratory. Bright lights reflecting off darkened metal, the steady hands of researchers working with precision, the slow unveiling of a metallic manuscript that seemed almost mythic. Technology now allows us to visualize the locations described within the scroll: ancient tunnels, hidden chambers, underground cisterns, stone stairways descending into shadow. Through digital reconstruction, we can walk virtually through the landscapes of first-century Judea and explore the possible sites mentioned in the text. Yet despite decades of exploration, no confirmed treasure matching the copper scroll's descriptions has ever been recovered. This absence only heightens its allure. The copper scroll stands at the intersection of archaeology and legend, of history and mystery. Perhaps the treasure was removed long ago. Perhaps the geography changed beyond recognition after centuries of war and rebuilding. Or perhaps the scroll itself carries symbolic meaning, an echo of a community determined to preserve what it valued most in a time of chaos. Whether literal or symbolic, the historical importance of the copper scroll is undeniable. It reveals the diversity of thought within the Qumran community and reflects a turbulent era when Roman power threatened both material wealth and spiritual identity. Within its engraved lines, we sense anxiety, urgency, and hope. These were people living on the edge of collapse, seeking to safeguard what they believed was sacred. The true treasure may never be held in human hands, but the scroll's legacy endures. It reminds us that in moments of crisis, people fight to protect what they cherish, whether gold and silver, sacred texts, or the faith that defines them. Sometimes the greatest discoveries are not the riches we uncover, but the questions that continue to challenge us across centuries. Join us at Faith in the Heart as we continue to decode the mysteries of the past, where archaeology does more than reveal artifacts. It uncovers the enduring human story of hope, sacrifice, and the determination to preserve what is eternal.